We're talking about two big leaks today, and spirits in Smash Bros. Ultimate can become fighters. Let's talk about it.
Block content.
What's happening, my Block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content of today. And we talked a whole lot about spirits in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and even stuff like desist trophies and everything like representation in Smash Bros. Ultimate, and the fact that as of this point, it's not been really proven or disproven that fighters can become playable after they've been either spirits or assist trophies, right? There's some weird cases in the game. There's some strange, spirits that are representing fighters. There's a couple of Mario ones. There's a couple of Peach ones, of course. That kind of happens with alternate costumes and cute stuff like that. But there's not been really a case to disprove it up until this point. We're talking about the arms fighter in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and kind of see what is possible there. And of course, everyone's kind of reporting on this, so we wanted to dive in deep and kind of talk about the possibilities of spirits becoming fighters and what assist trophies basically mean. So we also have a lot of leaks about that Super Mario 35th anniversary, so let's dive into that too to kind of see what is real, what isn't real, what are people thinking that's going to happen with this 35th anniversary, and what does remaster really mean. So I have a lovely episode in store for you guys, and I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate, other games in our show Question Blocked, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube videos? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And here's a brand new giveaway. You can win one of these Mario surprise capsules. There's a little figure inside there. You can find out who the previous one is if you check our previous live stream. It's really cute. And please like this video, subscribe to Blocked Content right now, and comment down below to enter to win one of these for yourselves. We're giving away 4. Alright guys, let's head into the main topic of today. And first off, I wanted to talk about this crazy fun article about Smash Bros. Ultimate's spirit fighters and how they can basically become real now, because everything seems to be pointing at the fact that the arms fighter will be something brand new, will be something that might change the status quo for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So to me, that is really interesting and it's worth checking out. So eventhubs.com reports from Nicholas Mudge and Tensionon Taylor. Yes, we've reported from this before, and it's actually really fun because it's developing in the past couple of weeks, and this arms situation is just getting crazier, right? It's getting out of hand, I could say. Well, it's been speculated that spirits in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate can't become playable characters, but the arms fighter will probably disprove that. The fact of the matter is, almost all popular characters from arms are already in the game as spirits, making it slim pickings if you discard them. And I totally agree with these sentiments because yes, the big ones, everyone that we've talked about on the channel is already in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, so having that barrier broken, these spirits becoming fighters, is going to be a big deal for people believing that characters like Geno can become fighters again. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the greatest gaming crossover of all time, and while it focuses at its core on Nintendo's colorful cast of characters across a wide variety of different franchises, we've seen a massive uptick in an iconic third-party franchise joining the fray lately. The trend was started back in Super Smash Bros. Brawl with Snake from Metal Gear Solid and Sonic the Hedgehog himself joining the game, but as of this writing, there's whopping 14 playable characters from non-Nintendo properties to pick from on the roster, and there are many more represented in the game outside of the playable cast as well. I mean, think of characters like Rayman, right? Strange and fun. Now, Nintendo are shifting at least some focus back to their own properties, as evidenced by, at first, the addition of Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses, and further solidified with the recent announcement that the first character of Fighters Pass 2 will be from ARMS, the fledgling franchise which launched on the Nintendo Switch in 2017 and went on to sell well over 2 million copies. So now that Nintendo have openly stated that ARMS will be the next franchise joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's playable roster, but curiously enough haven't stated or shown which character it'll be, that's what brings us today's subject. spirits. Spirits in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate have essentially replaced the series' mainstay trophies and are ways of integrating characters who didn't make the cut as playable characters in the game's World of Light or Spirit Board modes by creating circumstances reminiscent of the characters in the games they're from, such as having Chun-Li from Spirit on Zero Suit Samus, which makes her use nothing but kicks. Essentially just fun little homages to a wide array of characters from a huge number of video game franchises, but these spirits have actually become a big part of character speculation in the post-launch era of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's existence, as people have generally considered any character added to the game as a spirit to be off the table from having a chance at becoming a playable character at all. The initial reason for this was when it dawned on most people that the DLC was focusing heavily on third parties. There were of course third-party spirits in the game, but most of the ones included were the ones that were either from franchises already included in the base game, such as Street Fighter or Castlevania, or from other video game properties small enough that they were highly unlikely to have a shot in the roster anyway. Thus, when no Nintendo characters seemed to be joining as post-launch content, it solidified the idea in people's minds that spirits were essentially a gigantic load of nixed characters who never ever reached the concept stage. This idea was further reinforced when we did in fact get a Nintendo character revealed as a DLC edition in Fire Emblem's Byleth, as this was from a game that had released after Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and of course therefore didn't have any spirits represented in the game. It may seem silly to have so many people believe that such a minor part of the game would openly disconfirm characters having any chance of being added, and indeed, when you look at it from the perspective of the series director, Masahiro Sakurai of Nintendo themselves, it makes little sense to let something too arbitrary as a piece of concept art coupled with a gimmick mode stand in the way of adding popular characters the fans have been requesting. But on the flip side, you have situations like what happened with Resident Evil, the most popular survival horror franchise, a genre which really isn't represented at all in Super Smash Bros. Roster right now in gaming history, and one of the biggest gaming properties in the world that isn't already part of the Smash family. Bringing such a prestigious series into Smash Ultimate completely out of the blue as nothing more than spirits and then calling it a day led to people being further entrenched in the belief that spirits really did lock characters out from any chance of becoming playable, and who could really blame them at that point? Now, however, this whole imagined, albeit circumstantially supported rule that spirits can't become playable characters is likely to be turned straight on its head, all because of ARMS joining the roster. See, the reason why ARMS is throwing a wrench in this entire theory is simple. We don't yet know which character will be joining from ARMS, but what we do know is which ones are popular and seem to be likely picks. He did a piece just the other day speculating on who that ARMS character will be based on a variety of factors, and although fairly anecdotal, they also did a poll for the readers at event hubs to vote for who they want to see. The common thread in both of these instances, and which you'll find all across the internet wherever you search, well as here of course, is a very evident one. The popular character that everyone wants to see are already in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate as spirits. Right now, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has 5 characters from ARMS represented in spirit form in the game, and with those 5 being Springman, Ribbon Girl, Min Min, Twintel, and Ninjara. With a possible exception of Ninjara, these are exactly the characters everyone is asking for. In other words, it's almost impossible at this point we won't see the trend outlined here completely debunked come June when we get one of the actual popular characters from ARMS. Of course, it's possible that Nintendo have come very strict views on their prior spirits choices and force a less popular character to join the roster, but it's highly unlikely and really makes no sense. If you do indeed believe that spirits did disqualify characters from achieving playable status, the most likely scenario is that this was in fact the case at launch, since the development team knew who they'd be implementing as DLC at the time and made extra sure not to have them included in any other area of the game as well. The second Fighter's Pass is entirely different though, as their development was decided along with the game and had gone gold, and it's entirely plausible, if not outright obvious given the inclusion of ARMS, that spirits represent in the base game have no bearing on who gets picked for this one, even if it might have been somewhat true for the first one, simply due to circumstances of when the original 5 DLC characters were locked in as choices. It is of course possible that we will get an ARMS newcomer who isn't one of the 5 spirits currently in the game, but arbitrarily avoiding the representatives in a high demand makes very little business sense, and if there's one thing that Nintendo knows inside and out, it's business. So yes, a big shout out goes to Event Hubs for this long read, but really says everything that we thought, right? Spirits right now are a different case. We're really looking at a brand new world in terms of Smash Bros. Spirit representation, because if a character from ARMS is coming to Smash Bros. Ultimate, it makes no sense to have it be one of the lesser known characters, and there's one little wrench in that theory, and that's what we all kind of thought and think of, and that's when June comes and that Smash Bros. Character becomes playable. Maybe we'll already have had a big Nintendo Direct announcing new games, and one of those new games could be ARMS 2, right? Arms and legs or something like that. ARMS 2 could potentially include a brand new character, a big main character or something like that, or a player character or something that could essentially be that new Smash Brothers character. Yes, if they've been that close-knit and if they don't want to reveal it, that could also be a big choice. So a lot of theories has gone out before that, so let's talk now about the next big thing, and that's this Super Mario 35th Anniversary leak that talks a bit about what we can expect in that collection. Of course, this is not verified at all, this is just information out there, so let's speculate and think about everything that could happen with the Mario Direct. Yes, it says specifically a Mario Direct on the 16th of this month, right? So it says, Happy 35th birthday, Mario. Paper Mario, The Secret of Toadopolis. Winter 2020. Mario Golf Unlimited Tour, August of 2020. Super Mario 3D World Deluxe featuring Toadette and new levels based on Odyssey on June of 2020, and Super Mario 3D All-Stars Sunshine Galaxy Galaxy 2 Remastered, September 2020, and it ends with New Super Mario 64, a full-on reimagining of the original Super Mario 64, but in Odyssey's engine, and it comes on November of 2020. Now, of course, it's very easy to fake stuff like this, right? We've all kind of thought about what's possible with this Mario 35th anniversary, and it seems very likely that people would be, thinking of crazy ideas and facts about this that don't necessarily end up being true, but just because the rumors have been floating on the internet the past couple of weeks, everyone's kind of thinking what could be possible with all of that, right? So I thought it was very interesting to talk about all those Mario rumors, and of course, I really want to know what you guys think about everything regarding that ARMS character. Is it a spirit? Is it a character that's already in a game? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. If you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, do you think spirits will become playable characters, right? And as for a previous comment question winner, our answer comes to us from Sam Hartman saying, as much as I would love to see Waluigi or Geno in Smash, we already got a completely new Mario character this game with Piranha Plant. I feel like Nintendo should give some of their other big first parties, like The Legend of Zelda and Kirby, new characters too, since they've not gotten any since Brawl. With those Legend of Zelda and Kirby, I would love to see them not do the expected character like with Piranha Plant. Like for Kirby, as much I would love to see Bandana D have Rick Kine and Ku be the characters, and with Legend of Zelda, have some really out there characters, maybe the champions. All in all, I know Mario is Nintendo's biggest franchise, but it would be nice if they showed some love to their other first parties too. So thank you so much, Sam Hartman. I kind of agree. There's a lot of first parties, and if this pass includes more first party stuff, I definitely want it to be from other franchises. I theorized in my comment on this video, yes, I also leave my own comments on the video. I don't feature my own comment because I talk all the time, right? But I actually did post these, right? If we got an Echo Fighter with every newcomer, what would your list be? Me, for Ribbon Girl, Shadow from Sonic. With Urshifu, Funky Kong from Donkey Kong. Paper Mario, Boshi from Yoshi, of course, Super Mario RPG. Travis Touchdown will come with Proto Man from Mega Man. And the Hyrule Champions, yes, I did mention the champions, I don't think it's that of an out there pick, I did Black Shadow on Captain Falcon. And then Silex drops with Medusa on Palutena. I think all of these kind of make sense in some form or another, but I don't think Echo Fighters will drop with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Fighters Pass, but all those characters I think are a really interesting prospect as well. So thank you so much for sending in your comments. These are so much fun to read through, and of course, a big shout out to our latest Patreon supporters and the super chats during our live streams. You guys make blocked content possible. So if you want to have yourself created in pixel art, join us for a discussion, or have your own ideas become animations, go to patreon.com/blockedcontent. There's a bunch of incredible rewards there, and they're waiting for you. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun that you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner where there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!